Hey y'all, I'm a few minutes early, so I figured I would just pop in here and get this started. Oh, hold on. I need one thing. I'll find that when I play the intro. But let's go ahead and play the intro and then we will get going. And no, I haven't switched my intro yet. I don't know when I'm going to. I have it all picked out, everything ready for it. I just have to lay it out. So it's not done yet.
You're beautiful but unsatisfied since day one. You were getting teased and it scarred you when you were young. Now you're getting older and you've been on the grind. Your paper off the scale so you feel like it's time. So you got a nose job, that's the primary thing. People tease you as a kid and for some reason you hit. Always into high fashion, girl, you heavy like lead. Liposuction out your shell like a chicken and egg. Feeling confident but now you're becoming obsessed. First your nose, then your weight, now your butt and your breast. It's a vanity fair, cosmetic overdose. Fiending for a next operation like it was dope. Now you feel the need to skin pill, your skin's no good. But if those around you were real, they'll tell you the truth. Just because you spending thousands, that don't make it alright. Had one problem, now it's many going under the knife. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on. Vanity Fair, yeah. Changing one or two things, cool, girl, do you? Do you wanna be beautiful and look like you? Or do you wanna look like someone you saw in a magazine or video, but not in the raw? I like nice shaped bodies, bikinis Brazilian, but too much of anything just isn't appealing. Some people spend a lifetime, even a million. No grace like those unhappy with chilling. A girl with a big butt, big lips, small hips is what we all love to see, and men dream about this. There is nothing wrong with getting something broken fixed. Some women get a breast job cause cancer resists. Some women want to please their man and insist. And a woman really loves you if she wants to do this. But abuse ain't the same as intention was cared. So be careful of the drug called the Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, faceline, look at your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on.
All right, let's get going. Hey, Patty. Hey, Brianna. Hey, Starry Night. Jen, Quartz, Christina. It's good to see you. TLC, Running Bear, Rockabit, See Through Gypsy, Marcy. Marcy! I can see you. You can comment. Holy shit. I thought that was going to be broken forever. Periwinkle Violet. It's so good to see you. Fairy Dust Diaries, The Real Angel Girl, LG, Nada, Miss Lee, Sienna, Cool Gamer, Brenda, Toys in the Attic, Angie, Tazzy, Brittany, Hey Diamond Cutter, Felony Melanie, Micah. I know. It's okay, Christina. Hey, Mercedes. I got to text you anyways. Yeah, there's a lot going on. I haven't been good about that either, but I do need to text you. Hey, Six Up. I know, I can see you. I was like, wait, I said your name and then I'm like, I can see you. Mom of a Gladiator. Hello, Nada. Did I miss anybody? Sorry, y'all. I got excited. They keep blocking people out of here. Somehow people end up blocked or they can't comment or anything. They're not really blocked. It happened with J-Dub. Like, I don't even know what's going on. Anyways. All right. I I don't know how to start this one off. I am just going to be raw. It's probably going to be one of those lives. If you're not in the mood for it, click on out now. Hey, two squirrels, one swing, Lorraine. I've been myself since I've been here. I've never held anything back. I'm not going to start now. I have been getting email after email with demands of me to address the situation that's going on. I already addressed it. That's it. That's all. Hey, Lurker, Bad Apple, I miss you. How are you? It's so good to see so many of you. I don't understand this expectation. It happens every time, though. There's this expectation put on creators that if we don't say what people expect us to, or so on and so forth. This was an email from somebody I genuinely have had really good interaction with and have always been able to kind of like, okay, I can see things from your perspective and kind of have some dialogue with. This time was really odd. It was a whole different level of expectation that I'm just like, yeah. And I'm noticing, and then I got questioned on some other things by this person. Again, I'm not going to out this person because I think this person's intent was genuinely good, but I think I need to be a little bit clearer with people on YouTube. And unfortunately, in order for me to do that, I am going to, granted, I know it really bothers Vada when I talk about me, my perspective from my opinion, because it's what I have been through. I mean, I don't include we because there isn't a we. Besides me and Kyle, there isn't a we. But I'm going to explain why there isn't a we. I'm going to explain why I'm not involved in a lot of this stuff or don't even understand what's going on. I research things very thoroughly on my own. I have been very lucky to line up with some people who had similar research skills, very similar ideas, thoughts, or different ideas and thoughts, and that really helped to research some topics. I have found a select few people that I talk to quite often. There's people that I don't talk to all that often that I respect highly. I am not in DMs, but that's because I'm not in DMs. I'm not in Discords. When I talk about the stuff behind the scenes, I'm talking about the behaviors that we've been seeing for a year. You're not missing out on anything when I talk about stuff. Like I made that post the other day as a general warning. Please protect yourself. The games are amping back up. The games have been being played for a year. And that's what we're really going to talk about. But in order to get there, I need to explain some things. I have been accused of having a chip on my shoulder since day one. I have been accused of thinking I'm better than everybody since day one. And it's because I don't interact in Discords and DMs. I'm not good with that stuff because people be crazy. I have had some of the people that I considered close to me shit on me so immensely on the internet in the last year, I can't even explain. So in order to just continue to move forward, I do a lot of grin and bear it. Then I get accused of, if I do speak up against something or something that I see is going on, then I'm yelling at people. It's you hold things back because they don't benefit anybody. Then you get questioned on these things and accused of things by people because you're not speaking out in the way that they would like you to. And then if you don't speak out or you don't engage in the Discords and the DMs and all that stuff, then you're accused of having a chip on your shoulder and thinking you're better than everybody. Y'all, the reason I don't do that is because of my life. Let me lay out a daily world and Becky's world here. Since I don't care. You guys, they've doxed me from hell and back. That's why I've pulled my record online. I have nothing to fucking hide. You can dig from here to anywhere. You can make shit up all you want. That's what they've been doing for a year. I'm unfazed. It doesn't matter to me. When I stood up the other day to go to the hallway to make sure that my littles weren't in earshot of what I was going to be talking about, because I protect my children, I was accused of making sure Kyle wasn't around because he doesn't know what I'm doing. These people will make anything into something. Now, again, when I say I'm not in the DMs with people, there's a few people I talk to. There is a few people I will engage back and forth with. The reason I don't engage with a lot of these people is because they've been shitty to me from moment one. When you've disrespected me to the amount of disrespect that I've been shown by a lot of these people, and then you expect me to smile and grin and bear it, that ain't going to happen over here. I don't have time for fake ass bullshit. Period, point blank, end of story. Molly has been playing games since moment one. Molly and Molly's crew have been playing games since moment one. Yeah, Kyle's got his own page now. He even changed his name to the real Cantonio, like the great Cantonio, excuse me. Like, Kyle is so involved in this shit. If people only knew like what a daily world is like for Kyle and I, or when Kyle sends us down a rabbit hole of research, it's bad. Kyle's very involved. But my life is what dictates my time on YouTube. It is not because I feel like I'm better than anybody. It's not because I don't want to engage with people. It's because I don't have the fucking time. I get up in the morning. I have 2 special needs little girls, as everybody knows on the internet. Even if I would have wanted to tell you guys that, they would have told you all of it anyways. It doesn't matter. I have an older daughter with extreme medical issues. Thursday and Friday last week, we had 5 appointments between the 4 of us girls. I get up in the morning, get them situated, medication, get their lunches packed for day treatment if it's a day treatment day. Then I take them to day treatment. When you guys see me in a chat in the morning, it's when I'm packing lunches and getting ready, getting them ready. And then I drive, I drop them off. You guys know my routine if you pay attention. Then I come home. Sometimes I have appointments, so you guys won't see me on here. And during the school year, of course, it's easier for me to navigate because I have more time. So I have more time for research. I don't have time. Y'all, it's not because I feel I'm better than everybody. It's because I genuinely don't have time to keep up on the shit that's not important to me. What's not important to me is the fucking games. They've been being played for a year because people got called out on their bad behavior. Now, Molly might be off this app, but Molly's not off this app. And let me explain to you why. Molly still has an account on this app. Molly is highly involved in every single thing that goes on. Molly is seeking revenge because Molly is no longer on this app. I can say that 100% full transparency with truth behind it. She's been telling us from the months before her mom even passed away, on the way to her mom's funeral, she was talking about seeking revenge, and she still had a channel at that time. Molly might not be on this app. Oh, speaking of the man that doesn't know anything that I do. Speaking of her, though, she's not on here. But all of her cronies are, hey, Goose, you dumb bitch. You think I forgot about you yet? I see you. I see you too. Do you know that people that care about me have been tracking these people because they were a part of behind passing all of my shit around? People don't let that go easily. It might have been Penelope that came out here and spewed it, but there wasn't just Penelope involved. Granted, I still don't know. Everybody but me has seen the emails with who sent my docs around. I haven't seen them yet. Everybody else has. Don't give a shit even who it was. You're welcome. You probably fucked yourself in the foot by doxing me because you were hoping you would be able to use every little thing against me. And here I am, bitches, not going nowhere. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. But Molly's people... Amethyst, poor Amethyst. Amethyst is like my emotional support human. She gets me through the days. Oh my God, that poor girl. She really does though. And then poor Kyle gets her down rabbit holes with me too. It's been bad. I don't have all those people. Where was I even going? Because that threw me off. What was I saying, babe? Were you paying attention to me?
No.
Okay. I totally lost my train of thought there. Oh, Molly's cronies are very, very involved. Who do you think Vada is involved with? Do you remember a couple months ago when they were all throwing emails around on screens, Amber, and I think even Bomb showed some from somebody that had something to do with Vada at one point in time? No, I know, Amethyst. I appreciate you so much. Hey, Villainous Cupcake. Um, if they are all over the place. They've been causing nothing but drama in every little place for months. Faith and Goose caused shit over at Bombshells recently. They've caused shit here. They've caused shit there. Those are Molly's cronies. All of those people, y'all, they're still around. Molly still has a prevalence on YouTube because her shit stirs. The people that have been here are still here working. Oh, Christina said super hugs. Hi, Kyle. I miss you guys. Talk to you later. Okay, Christina, I'll text you. And I won't forget because his mom had stuff going on and I need to tell you anyways. Okay, bye. Love you. People I actually really know. It's not just this fake thing, like people that I actually love.
Oh, I'm not supposed to be here. I gotta go.
Oh yeah, you're supposed to not know anything that goes on.
All right.
These people are so involved and keep her involved. There is so much chaos and confusion being driven intentionally right now by that crew. Again, I'm going to say it again. Molly might not be on this app, but all of the people who do dirty shit for Molly are still on this app. All of the people who have had a hand in the chaos and confusion. Erica's still here too, y'all. She's just under a new account in a new little hole until she gets outed by that one. When she's done doxing and doing stupid shit for them too, she'll move on to the next one under a new account. Y'all, nothing has changed. Which one? The Dexter? Dexter's daddy's buddy. Is Bella in here too?
Yeah, she growled at me though.
Oh. That dog has no care in the world. These people are still very active in everything that goes on. These people have been playing games all along. They are still harassing Dre and her family right now because Molly still is seeking revenge. And she is so jealous of Dre and her family and all of that stuff that she can't let it go. And if you think for 1 second that a lot of the chaos and confusion isn't driven from that, 99% of it is. And she might not be here, but she didn't do her dirty work to begin with. She's always had people to do her dirty work. Now, again, people are accountable for their own actions. But we're goddamn adults. I said what I said. I had said all I had to say about the situation. It is not my job. I can't force anybody to take accountability. Obviously. I mean, for criminy sakes. Tell me one of these people that has taken accountability for their wrongdoings yet. I'll wait. Spanky, by the way, I'm coming for you again. Better buckle up because this time it's going to be a bumpy ass ride. You putting off misinformation, claiming that a mother of a missing child, it wasn't bad enough that you wanted to purchase a wig to do a parody of the mother of a missing child. Now, again, you can have your own personal opinions. It's still disgusting. Let's stop the hypocritical bullshit because it's fucking gross. And then Spanky's out here passing off misinformation about Summer's mom, saying that she said she was in heaven, making this big show out of it, acting like a complete fool. Guess what? Nobody calls Spanky out, barely, because he's so intolerable to listen to. It is like listening to the most ignorant bullshit you've ever heard on the fucking face of the earth. It's about like listening to Uni. And don't you worry, you little prick. I'm coming for you too. But this time I'm not going to be nice. But this time I'm going to show everybody on a full display what an idiot you and your little fucking dumb buddies are.
Be nice to a little guy.
He needs to go back to finding some landscaping to do because he's obviously got too much time on his hands. He's trying to say he's not a liar again. Yeah. Yes. Just Jake. Say that louder. Just Jake said it right here. Right here, y'all. This shit is getting worse and worse. So what happens? They think they get a one up, right? They're seeking revenge. If you think back to things, Molly has told us all along, she had every intention of taking everybody down that has called her out for bad behavior, starting with Makeup Mobster. She's obsessed with Makeup Mobster. Let's just call it what it is. She will never be able to get over the fact that mobs can't stand her. And that's just the way it is. Mob sees her for what it is, and so be it. She wants to take out every single person, and she is a vengeful bitch. If you don't know anything about her, you're lucky, But in the year time that I've been here, I have seen her do some of the most vile, despicable things. But she's not alone in this, y'all. She's never been alone in this. These people do her dirty work for her because they're trying to gain praise from her. They pay to be her friend. They are willing to do anything to seek some sort of acceptance from old Molly. She's not on this app, but she's still on this app because her people are still causing chaos and confusion. Now, again, Uni, they thought they were getting somewhere with that. Uni exposed himself. Uni's a liar. Cool. You took one out that was never a part of our team to begin with. And when I say our team, the people who stand on what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong and don't flip-flop depending on who it is. That's what I'm talking about. The team that is what is wrong and what is right across the board. None of us, most of you sitting here knew exactly how I was going to respond to the situation that's been going on with heels. 99% of you did. Did I need to make it into a big spectacle? Absolutely not. Because at that point in time, what good is it going to do? They are divisive in their movements, and it is intentional. They continue to be divisive. They wanted to use the Uni stuff, cause chaos between everybody, get some infighting going that Uni's been saying is going on that is not even going on, but that's what they're hoping for. That's why they do the inboxes. That's why I avoid the inboxes. I have not talked to any of these people who have had something to do with fucking with my real life, my family, Kyle's business, anything like that. Never will. I don't give a shit if they stand by Molly now. I don't give a shit if they stand by Molly in 10 years. You're a piece of shit. Get the fuck away from me. I have no use for you. And if you can't understand that that's why I feel the way I do, I don't need to explain myself any further.
Bye, Felicia.
I have been so tolerant of so many people on this app to save face, to not create chaos, because it does help them. I've held so much in about shit that's been done to me. Again, I'm making it about me, Vada, because it's my fucking channel, you weird bitch. Stop watching me. I've never had somebody want to wear my skin so bad and like know so much about me. And honey, boo-boo childs, you are poking for a reaction. You love Nunya. Keep your love to Nunya. Stay the fuck away from me. Becky and Nunya, two different people. To your fangirl on Nunya. Becky ain't going to respond to you because you're just a worthless piece of shit that has worked interference for Molly. Great, cool. You're still a lion. Sack of shit. Okay, cool. There you go. It has been nonstop chaos from day one. They made me into Katie to create chaos. They've made all of these things happen to every single person. None of you guys owe anybody anything, right? I don't know you guys anything. You don't owe me anything. That's not how this works. We're supposed to be able to enjoy something out here. Like, you're supposed to be able to get something out of this. And lately, all it feels like is just one chaotic mess to another. Granted, you guys are doing us a favor because the less fake people we have around here, the better off for us. I don't know how you guys think you're hurting us. Thank you. When they're all like, are you going to respond to this? You better respond to this. And if you don't respond to this, Are we 12? It's not enjoyable even. And they sit there and relish, like, we're getting something up on you. We're getting, what are you getting? There's still families being exploited. You're still covering your lies. More families are being hurt. More people are being hurt. You're trying to cause chaos and division. I have been told that I think I'm better than Queen Bee, Burnt Toast, all these people, and that's why I don't have a relationship with them. Again, by somebody that I kind of at one point would have said I had a little respect for. I've never felt that way. All of us have very different styles. I don't associate with other creators deeply. There's a few I do, but again, it has nothing to do with the creators. Again, It has to do with my life. I don't have the time. If I am really trying to research something, that's what I put my energy into. It's not because I don't like the creators, but I can see anytime creators get close and they know it, they instantly try to divide. As soon as I met Queen Bee and started to go over there and interact, guess who came over there and followed me and tried to create chaos? The antis. You guys all watched it happen. Accounts that I have no idea who the fuck they are, where they came from, anything about them, started making videos lying about me, started taking panel lying about me, just to create confusion and chaos. I respect Queen, so I would talk to Queen in the emails if there was something that I needed to talk to her about. I can be reached. I just don't need to, like, she's doing her thing, I'm doing mine. But the divisive bullshit, the emails that were being sent around, the threats of putting my children on the dark web, again, they continue to blame everybody. Oh, the emails don't exist. But yet then in the next breath, it's, well, I know who's behind the emails because they're trying to set her up for these emails and stuff. So which is it, bitch? Are the emails not happening? Or do you know who's doing it? Can you pick a lane? Because you're sounding like a fucking fool. We all know the emails exist because they've been all over the place. They weren't just me, but my kids were the only ones that were targeted. Isn't that interesting? They create chaos. So what happens in those chaotic situations is I back out. If I see them going in hard to Queen, because I ain't letting them bring problems that they don't even have with me because I don't fight back with them to other people's panels. And that's exactly what happened. They created chaos over there. So I backed out because I don't want anybody to be put in the middle of shit with me. They were taking panel talking shit about me that I don't even know what the fuck they were talking about. I don't spend time invested in the same ways other people do. When I say it disgusts me because all of these families are treated like shit, it absolutely disgusts me. I'm not here to be, I love the drama communities, parts of them. They crack me the fuck up, let me tell you. And I could do drama with the best of them. That's fucking easy. Coming out here picking fights with everybody all day long. Oh my God, I could pluck 5,000 people. That's not what I'm here for. It's not. I don't fault anybody for doing that either. It's fun as shit at sometimes, and it's a good release. It's a good therapeutic release at times. But that's not what I'm here for. I came into this because they were exploiting a man's attempted unaliving that we didn't even know what was happening in the beginning. We just knew that there was a lot of accusations and very heavy accusations being thrown out against a woman that was being accused of things. And as things were unraveling, it became very apparent that many people were exploiting this man's world. That hasn't changed. Over a year, and it has not changed. But that really opened my eyes to a bigger problem because it is not just the misinformation cronies or the people that were involved in that exploit these cases. There are so many of them. The people covering Summer Wells all day long, every day. We haven't even touched into that. Chris McDonough, we haven't even scratched that surface. There are so many. Annie Elise, I got you. I got you. America's Sweetheart, I got you. We'll put that on the back burner for now. Hey, Leave It to Bieber. Hey, Laura, Barbara. Hey, everybody popping in. Thank you guys for coming in. There are so many of them though. And it's a growing problem because it's super easy to do. Yep, bad apple, it absolutely is, really, unfortunately. And it's happening more and more. And the more that they can cause chaos and confusion within the subs, the creators, they're trying to cause a distrust. They're trying to cause nonstop issues. It is nonstop. They are trying to turn subs against creators, creators against creators, creators against subs. They work it from multiple angles at one time because then people don't even realize what's going on. And if you don't think I'm right, please sit back and watch. Please sit back and watch. There are so many connections and places that you guys wouldn't even, I implore you to sit back and listen and watch. The things that you will see that they are actively, intentionally doing, and she's not even on this app anymore, are wild. Put the pieces together. Some of you pick up on things pretty fast. The names, Molly, the people who do Molly's dirty work, the people who have been around Molly forever. Pay attention. Pay attention to where they're mentioned and in what context they're mentioned. You'll start seeing things a lot clearer. You'll start seeing why Becky pulls the fuck away when shit like this gets so intense, because I know the games are coming and you don't even have to be an active participant. I've never actively played their games. I have been a part of their games from start. Flava. If you're here, hello. Flava knows. I was clueless on the shit that was going on there. Didn't have a fucking clue. Still don't. With the Flava Roseanne stuff. Then found out Roseanne was connected to Penelope, who ended up being the one who doxed me, and they were all connected to Molly, and Amber was connected to Molly. Think of all the spinoffs of all these people. Think of what they did to Tia. By the way, they 100% tried to set Tia up, and that was Goose and Faith behind it. And if we want, I can walk that back too, because I have all the videos that prove that they have 100% tried to set her up. And these are the people that are still in chats causing chaos and divide between creators in communities that don't really overlap, but in this arena they overlap because there's people that have revenge seeking going on. If you get enough shit going in multiple different areas, people don't really pay attention to all the overlapping pieces. There's some of these people that have sat out here and kind of said some things about Molly here and there. But in my opinion, they seem to be pretty pro Molly because they run a lot of interference for Molly. Again, she's not the only bad apple. There's a bunch of them. There is an absolute bunch of them. Tazzy, and that's the thing. They need to, and if I can say this enough, if you are a creator and in this arena who actively call them out and you're anonymous and you want to keep anonymous, please do everything to ensure that you are safe and you can keep that anonymity. Hey, Flava. I was just saying that about you. I was like, Flava. It's been chaos all along. That claims that she picked Flava. If you heard that one the other day, I got sent that clip. She picked Flava because she knew Flava would do the exact things that she wanted to do. They were playing Vada right back. Vada's not good at her own games. Let's just be honest. But she sure likes to think she is. That little one. But they're just running interference. They're causing drama. They're causing chaos because they have nothing better to do. They don't have a purpose or a mission or anything. Their purpose and their mission is to cause chaos and confusion. I mean, there's a lot of connecting pieces. Yeah. Sorry, no, I got sent that too. It is what it is. I've never told you guys where to go, who to watch, what to think, what to believe. Never. I told you guys to do your own research, like who you like, follow who you like, pay attention to what you do. But if you are a creator in this arena and you call these people out and do it with your whole chest and you want to remain anonymous, please protect yourselves. And if you are a creator who does have something in your past that you don't want them to use and you are worried about stuff, please sit back and just really, really think, because they will use anything and everything against you. Things that don't even add up, they will make up. They will do anything to try and smear somebody because that's the level they go to when they have nothing else. But they are actively seeking people's backgrounds, issues with people, anything. They have no lows that they will not take. This is what these people do all day long, 24/7. Yeah, Jen, for sure. Flava, she was just saying. I mean, we can't really be saying that Molly hasn't showed that side of herself either. I mean, there is that. It is what it is. I don't expect anything from anybody at this point in time. I've been led down by so many people that I actually genuinely respected or gave respect to or gave honesty to, who just spit in my face time and time again. I'm good with it. It's something that you just kind of come to the point in time where you're really selective with who you give your time and energy to, because the games aren't for me. don't care about them, don't want nothing to do with them, but you also will not demand me to respond to things in a manner that I'm not going to respond. I will pick and choose what I feel is necessary to respond to. I already responded to it. I said what I had to say. I don't know what else there is to say. I don't need to sit out here and draw you a directory and a map to all the chaos and confusion. Most of you have been here for a year. Most of you have seen the exact same things. I've been very open with you guys. I've been very vocal about who's causing what they're doing, when they're doing it. If I knew, there's a lot of games being played around me that have nothing to do with me. But I continue to be put in the middle of them. It's just something that continues to happen. They try to lump people in because then they can say this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this. It is what it is. Shopaholic, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. But then you have people like Uni who thrive on this stuff because it's a way for them to try and spin that they're not the biggest piece of shit. It's a way for people to continue to spew that they're not the worst one. Look over here, not over there. That's what continues to happen. And they're going to continue to use it. So again, if you are anybody that has anything that you hide, please sit back and just really evaluate. I don't have shit to hide. And it's not because my past is, oh, I'm the perfect person. No, fuck no. I have scars, but I wear them because they're my scars. But you sure as fuck aren't going to ever tell me about my scar. Don't ask me what he's doing back here. You will never tell me about my life. You will never tell somebody something about me. But I'm that person. You ain't going to tell anybody anything about me that I won't tell. I'm that girl. You ain't going to try to dangle shit over my head and try to hold something over my head. Ooh, not going to happen. Kyle's putting his helmet on. Yeah, Kyle's not aware. I was so like, oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? I can't even stand up to like go to the door to see if my kids are in earshot. Like the things that people will say out here. Just so you guys know, too, update on his mom. Those of you that know what's going on. His mom's, she was getting prepped. Then they postponed it till 3:00 this afternoon. So she should be under right now. It's just a complicated situation with that. I kind of explained it in my members group last night in the comment section. It's not just that, it's his dad's home alone. That's the big concern too. So there's just a lot of pieces going on. Anyways, but the games are, I can't do the games, y'all. It's exhausting. But you don't have to do the games to be able to stand firm on your beliefs. You don't have to fight these fights and get it in the mud with these people to stand firm on your beliefs. I haven't had to waver once because of other people's drama around me. They're pulling us into things that aren't even our fights to begin with. And when I say that, these are issues that there's no gray area for me on. But they try to get the subs to think, oh, there's a gray area here. There's a side to pick. There's not sides to pick on these things. These are what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And it is really interesting to watch how many people falter. Thank you, guys. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Hope, right? Oh, man. Poor Kyle's trying to keep himself busy and trying not to lose it. He has literally polished about everything outside that you could possibly polish.
Yeah.
Wax on, wax off. He has polished the trailer, packed the trailer, repacked the trailer, hung up this, hung up that, cleaned everything, put in it. He's just been trying to keep himself busy. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. Yes, Tazzy. That's great. That's great. Yeah. Oh, Viv, it's the worst. And he's been waiting all day. And then his vision's really bad with the hydrocephalus. So he doesn't text well and he gets really confused really easy. So he'll try to text Kyle and it doesn't make sense. And then that even makes everything more worrisome because you're like, oh man, is he okay?
I don't usually clean the mirrors inside. I usually just keep cleaning outside, and that's kind of where I stay usually.
He does the windows outside the house though too. Yeah, Well, and you guys know he's lost 2 of his brothers in the past, and his biologic father, he calls Ralph his dad too, but because he's been in his life since he was a toddler, but his bio dad passed so from a heart attack. So like this is a very like stressful situation and brings up a lot of anxiety. So we've just been trying to keep him busy.
Thank you, Micah. Yeah, that's exactly why we're moving there.
Yeah, no, yeah, we're moving to Arizona. So okay, let me just explain this because it's complicated and people are really confused. Like, wait, I thought you saw him earlier in the week. Yes, my in-laws were here earlier in the week. And the reason they were here is, and yes, my father-in-law got diagnosed with hydrocephalus after a triple brain bleed a year and a half ago. Then he got diagnosed with hydrocephalus like what, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
The doctor cleared him to be able to go to travel to Washington because it was supposed to be their last trip to Washington to finalize some things with their summer home in Washington State. So they cleared him because he's not going to be able to have the surgery that he needs for the drains until what, November, December, something like that.
Yeah.
It's a ways out. So they went ahead and cleared him to be able to drive. So they're older. So they decided to drive to Washington, which is like a 5-day trip. So his mom has to drive because his dad's vision's so messed up.
Done for 12 years.
Yeah, they've done the back and forth for a long time. So, but in this situation, his balance is so bad because of the fluid on the brain and everything going on. So his balance is terrible. So they came through here earlier in the week. That's when I was telling you I got to see my in-laws. And she was sick when we saw her. She thought it was allergies or a cold because it had been so hot in Arizona too. She was really just thinking it was some sort of like allergies. So I was freaking out. I was like, nope, something's going on here. Hey, Twist, thank you so much for joining the membership. I will play you a button at the end.
Welcome.
So I was like freaking out. And I'm like, Kyle, but she's stubborn as an ox. I wonder where he gets it from. And wanted to continue their trip because they already had their hotels. What?
The best part of waking up.
Oh, Lord Jesus, please.
Folgers in your cup.
What? Don't. Oh, Lord. Here we go. So his mom, she was like, nope, we're continuing on. I'm not going to go to the doctor until we get there. I'll be fine. Because she wanted to make the trip and she has to like help his dad with everything right now because
she's done it my whole life. She always puts on the strong, brave face and she never shows weakness and she's
the toughest woman I know.
She takes care of everybody else and everything else. Like when we were going through my brother's situation, we lost one of my brothers to an overdose. And we were dealing with that when we found out that my other brother had brain cancer. So my mom was the glue that kept everything together, kept my dad from just completely unspinning his cork.
Yeah, because he lost both of his sons.
But she never shows weakness.
She doesn't. She won't show like that she's struggling or anything. She's just very stubborn. So they made it to Washington on Friday. She continued on with the trip. She made it to Washington, but she was still having so much congestion, everything like that. So she went to urgent care of the doctor on Saturday and they said she had bronchitis. Okay. She was like, good, I got some medicine, I'll be okay. Well, thankfully their home in Washington is it's a vacation home. So it's a smaller place, but my father-in-law has no balance and his vision is terrible. Like his depth perception is completely off. And so he's using a walker even to like maneuver. Plus he had a triple brain bleed. It's just a lot. Anyways, so she went right back home to take care of him. She's always got to take care of other people. And she's the one who has to pack all their luggage in and out. She was the one that had to get everything ready for them even to be there in their summer home. It's a huge undertaking. So that's why this was supposed to be their last trip up there. So yesterday morning, when I was writing my happy 1-year anniversary post, Kyle comes out, opens the door and says, my mom just got taken to the hospital by ambulance.
Thank you, Brittany.
I was like, what the fuck? Because instantly we knew that his dad was going to be home alone. And that's what's really bothersome. We initially, just for you guys that don't know, we initially thought she just had bronchitis, but she actually ended up having a complete 3rd-degree blockage. So they're going in to put a pacemaker in, which her heart surgery will be pacemaker twin. So I'm good with that. She'll wake up feeling better, but she can't lift for at least 2 weeks. It's a pain in the ass to lift. And my father, what do you say? He's like 6 foot, 180 pounds. Like, he's a big guy. He's still a big guy. He's lost a ton of weight, but he's still a big guy. She's not very big. So she's not going to be able to like really help move him and shit. And we're moving. We are moving in a month, and we will be within minutes of them when they get back to Arizona. But we just got to get them back to Arizona. Kyle has worked himself into a schedule that is like super tight, because in order to transition from, completing the jobs here and everything like that. So he couldn't drop everything and just head up there either. So his dad has been home alone. His mom has been in the hospital. It's just been a whole train wreck.
Luckily
we have people up there though, but this is how it's amazing it is. Can I tell about her?
Yeah.
Briefly?
Uh-huh.
Kyle's brother, who died of brain cancer, they had gotten divorced before he actually got diagnosed with cancer. But his ex-wife, stuck by him because they had 2 kids together. She stuck by him throughout his whole diagnosis. It was a year. Was it a year?
Yeah, it was about a year and a half, but she made sure the kids were over there damn near every day. And
she most incredible woman. She made sure that the kids spent every moment with their father that they could.
Yep.
But she has kept in touch with the family. She is their daughter. She is their daughter-in-law. She steps up and has been there for them ever since. She kept the grandkids involved in their lives. Like, she is an incredible woman. So her and one of the oldest granddaughters are actually close by, and they have been going up and taking care of. They couldn't stay with him overnight, but sorry.
Censored.
That was fuzzy. You became really fuzzy for a minute. But she stepped in and went to help. So thankfully, she's a godsend. Yes. Oh, yeah. When I tell you, another angel in disguise. And then my best friend, like, we have both of our best friends are still up there. They're not as close by, but in worst case scenario, they, if they needed to, they would both go. One of them's a therapist. One of them's going to PA school to be a doctor. Like, they would have been there in 2 seconds too, but thankfully they didn't have to. But it's just all that navigating shit. So it's been a lot. I couldn't get up and leave either because I have to be here with the littles, and Kenzie hasn't. It's just a lot. It's a lot. So we just got a month to get through. Oh, and then both trucks broke down. Throw that in there too. Kyle's rear end.
They're going to start not believing if you tell them.
I've got receipts of all of it.
If you tell them half of the shit we deal with on a daily basis,
I know, that's why I'm like,
going to believe it. So
I just don't have time for all this shit, like the bullshit and stuff. But anyways, the long story short, that's the long and short of it. So we genuinely appreciate all the love and prayers and stuff for his mom.
Yeah, we do.
His mom she is one of the strongest women I know, like absolutely strongest. She's too strong at times though, because she's very evasive and won't tell us everything that's happening because she doesn't want us to worry, because she doesn't want to add stress to us. So it's just one of those things that it's like, and you're at this age, you're like, no, you need to tell us every bit of it. So when we're in Arizona, we can have better control of that, because we'll be within minutes of them, and not control as in like trying to take their independence, but just making sure that they're caring for themselves too, because she has sacrificed her entire life to take care of his dad. He's had so many losses. Kyle's had so many losses. Like, it's just a lot. So we're getting there though. But again, thank you guys for all the support. But that's why I don't get involved in the games and shit. It's not because I feel like I'm better than anybody. And when I talked about my sister, I will explain that a little bit more, because somebody asked me about that and I have nothing to hide there either. So they have been dangling my family. They've called my father. They've done all sorts of stuff. They've dangled people. I brought up my stepbrother, which I think they got confused with my sister at first. But they threatened me in emails for months. I don't show you guys every email that I get. There's no point in it. I just forward it to the people that need to see them, and that's it. That's all. Like,
your dad handled that like a champ.
He prayed for them.
Yes.
I mean, there's that. So they have been threatening everything all along. So I knew that That was something that had recently happened. I found out after the fact that she was sitting in jail. They dig on everybody for everything. I have nothing to hide there. It's just not a conversation because at the end of the day, I do not disrespect their mother at any point in time. I love her dearly. That is my biological sister. She has caused a lot of chaos in my life. I have a lot of issues because of it, but I still love her, and I will never disrespect her around her children. So when I stood up the other day to go to the door and make sure that they weren't in earshot, that's all it was making sure that when I said what I had to say, that they weren't in earshot. I don't have any shame about hiding what she has been through. She's an addict. She has trauma that turned into addiction that has led a lifelong journey. That is why I'm passionate about the things I talk about. That's why I can't stand this exploitation, because they're exploiting people at their weakest moments. People who deal with suicide, people who deal with mental illness, people who deal with addiction. Those aren't things we just talk about. Those are things we've both lived through because of our family members. Kyle is way more involved in anything going on out here than anybody ever has to question. That's my backbone.
Yeah, we'll tell you a story one
day. Nope. Kyle, unfortunately, hears more than he ever wants to. He knows more about most of these people if there's somebody I talk about, but then I'll say somebody's name and he's like, who the hell is that? I'm like, never mind. It's an amethyst nose. Like it's one of those things for me there's a lot of emotions with it. There's a lot of frustration, there's anger, there's hurt, there's all sorts of stuff. I just don't have that energy to give to complete strangers on the internet. You ain't gonna ever do anything to me or tell me about my life that I won't boldly say myself. There ain't nothing here that I have to hide. I'm 40 years old. I ain't going to start hiding shit now. Like, oh, I've never been a perfect person, never acted like I was a perfect person, never will be a perfect person. I just don't get in these places because my life doesn't allow for it. I don't have the time or the mental capacity to do this stuff. That's why. I feel passionate about the things I feel passionate about, spreading misinformation. By the way, we're going to get back into that this week because there's a whole lot of people out here pushing off some misinformation and stuff about very serious topics that I feel very passionately about. And we're going to get into it, but I really need to dial it back and be able to walk you guys into why we're going to talk about it. But I've got a segue. Unfortunately, you're going to hear Uni. Kyle's favorite person. Hey, Uni. By the way, you little liar. I just like saying that to him. Anyways, is there any questions that I need to answer? The demands, the things like that come into my inbox being disrespectful to me, demanding that I react to something, demanding that I say this, demanding that I should feel certain ways is never going to get anywhere for me. All that happens is I stop reading my emails for days on ends. That's it. And then I go back and there's more bullshit. Y'all, I don't not want to have relationships with people. It's because my time is very limited and I use that in places that I feel like it's needed or that I can be a good friend to somebody or something. Like it's not because I don't want to engage in discords or talk to everybody. It's never been that way. I just don't have time for the bullshit. And they've been playing games with me, trying to put me in inboxes, trying to do this, trying to do that. If I really took it back and told you all the single fucking creators that have played games on here with just me, it's immense. So I guess for me, I'm just so used to the disappointment at this time. I'm kind of over it. But the chaos and confusion isn't coming from nowhere. The chaos and confusion is coming because they're seeking revenge. These people cannot take accountability for their bad behavior, and they want to hold somebody accountable for that because they cannot be accountable for it. Molly might not be off this app, but Molly still is here. And if you think she's not, look around, sit back, and talk to people around you and really pay attention. If you open your eyes and open your ears, you'll start paying attention. Think about where the people she associates with are mentioned. Watch who they're moving. They move so sneaky in the background and cause so much chaos for so many people. Hey, Headstones. Hey, SoFlo. Hey, Ange. Hey, Remy. Kathy P. I missed a bunch of you guys coming in. Thank you guys for joining me on my ramble. There's 200 of you here listening to me ramble.
Twist tossed out a bunch of memberships
Oh,
like it was raining in a strip club.
Twist. Did you guys hear him? He said Twist handed out memberships like it was raining in a strip club. Yeah, absolutely, Flava. Yeah, she is. She's 100%, but she doesn't even have to be. Other people are, and she's still pissed. She's pissed. Cool. What are you going to throw? Death Hoax number 3, Molly? How's that going to go? By the way, I really highly encourage you, if you are somebody who has followed the Marvon and Dre story, please go pay attention to the last lives. I think one of them is in her supporters, but really turn your ears up. You might hear a whole lot of truth in that video, if you get what I'm saying. There's a reason why Molly started instantly posting videos stalking Dre again. And if you're okay with her doing that, I mean, that's on you. Lurker, it's because I don't remind everybody to do that. Thank you, Twist. Okay, I'm gonna play my silly button. We got to get new buttons too. We got to get new buttons. Thank you, Twist. Welcome to the cabana.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got.
Kyle's even. Are you reading the comments or are you watching motocross? He's got his own account.
Both. I'm reading.
You're not hearing the music. Bam, chick, bam, bam. All right. Is there any questions before I get off here? I just really wanted to talk about, like, stop demanding stuff out of people. You don't really know what any of these creators are going through. You assume you know stuff. You like when I have said that, and I don't say it to be like, haha, I don't have to talk to these people. I don't want to talk to these people like that. Like, it's not like that. I enjoy a lot of these people, but they create shit everywhere I turn. So I'm just like, fuck it.
Welcome, Brianna.
Oh, thank you, Rhett's mom. Yeah, absolutely, Pug. She needs to let it go. Let it go. Let it grow.
Yeah, Twist, I'm watching the
Her jaw just keeps growing.
Nationals. What do you mean you have racers?
Ooh.
Please tell me.
What's the name upside down? Can you read that, babe?
Who? What? Huh?
The upside down name. I can't read it. It's upside down.
Oh, I thought it was in Russian.
No, I think it's upside down, isn't it?
I don't know.
I can't tell if it's the upside down writing or...
J-Dub.
Who do I think the worst offender is of all? Honestly, to be truthful, I couldn't tell you of top offender. I think they're all pretty equally vile. Tomorrow we're going to get into a pretty heavy discussion. It's I'm not going to get into it today because people already start to prejudge. You're going to need an open mind and really to hear me, because again, it's one of those ones that they can twist it into something that it's not. But there's a reason why. There's a whole lot of misinformation being spread by people within the misinformation cronies who exploit tragedies. And there's a whole lot of link there. And it involves some pretty hefty big creators. Why can't I get the link to work? Elizabeth, which link? I don't know. Hey, J-Dub.
Right on, Twist. That's cool. I'm actually going to sign up, me, and hopefully get one of the littles into riding at the local track when we get to the next town.
You guys don't ever ask me questions.
I'm old, but I can still do it.
If you have questions about anything I said, please ask now. I don't want to have to talk about this. Like, the chaos and confusion is definitely intense, but it's part of the whole movements that they do. You need to at least Sound of Freedom, Amethyst, featuring Unirock and crew. But the reason why we're going to talk about it is because Betty and those guys have been pushing that, and I'm going to walk you all through it. It's not a political thing here or there, which if you've heard anything, but I'm going to give you the details and the facts of why passing misinformation off like that is a problem. The movie itself, you can feel however you want to, as long as you understand it's a fictional movie, but I'm going to walk it all out.
Brittany,
but
I don't have fingerless gloves or a stained wife beater. I can't do my Union impression.
it involves a lot of creators who have promoted that movie based on misinformation, but these creators are getting kickbacks for promoting this insanity. And the people who are involved with this movie are absolutely QAnon related, but I'll walk you through all of it. I can verify everything on my own, and creators like Annie Elise promoted this video.
Sorry, Amethyst.
Creators like Uni, creators like Molly Golightly. You don't need to take them down now because I already got it all. One of them had already deleted her TikTok about promoting it, but she left her community post off. They're stacking numbers. Why do you think certain accounts are growing and others aren't? There's a whole lot, but it unravels.
They're watching and listening.
Oh, random question. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
Fuck yeah, it does.
Actually, that's a family thing with his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amethyst is stuck in that rabbit hole. It's deep too. It's deep. And it's not, you don't have to look at it from a political stance at all. You can look at it from a misinformation and influencers that are masking in other ways, pushing off misinformation. Like, go see the video, go see the movie. I think education is wonderful for anybody, but you just have to be mindful that it is misinformation and it is not actually what human trafficking and sex trafficking, and people who speak out against it are not pedophiles. They are people who want the proper education to be known so we can fight these issues. You have an organization who totes themselves as Operation Underground Railroad, who collected $47 million in 2021 and only put 13 or 14 million of that back into actually doing any good work in the whole thing. And the other millions and millions of dollars went washed under the rug. But you have influencers, quote unquote, out here pushing off these narratives for some kickbacks and for some engagement increasing in their views. And it's 100% factual. Please start doing your research. In fact, if you guys start looking into it and you have creators, go look at their timeline, see if they promoted it. Let me know who you're seeing promote it. Because we're going to talk about the misinformation and how dangerous it is spreading misinformation about sex trafficking, human trafficking, all for some clicks and views. Yeah, who is a devout Catholic. You want to know how many clergy members have been arrested? Or
why am I supposed to know who killed JFK?
Babe, how many clergy members?
720, and that's just in the Southern Baptist Church alone.
Do you know how many states now have a rule that clergy members are exempt from reporting?
33 states.
33 states are exempt or have letters of exemption for clergy members to pass off and cover up these crimes. They don't have to report them.
But we need to get back to the pineapple on pizza. I think everybody stands behind me on this one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rhett's mom. And did you know that Tim Ballard is a devout Mormon? Devout Mormon who has been involved in a lot of fraud, who was actually removed from Operation Underground Railroad because of his involvement. The state of Utah, which he's my neighbor. Oh yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. We're not going to get into it from a left or right discussion either. So leave that at the door because I don't claim either. That's just how it goes. Kyle and I are just common sense. Oh, by the way, what's the book called?
Think Like a Detective?
Think Like a Detective. Okay. David Pakman wrote a book called, it's a children's book. It's called Think Like a Detective. I think it's $5.99 on Amazon. It's a paperback book. It is a guide to critical thinking for children. If you are a parent and you want your child to be able to like question things, have an open mind. Incredible book, incredibly written, wonderful. It is amazing. 10 out of 10 recommend. He's getting it. Kyle ordered it for the girls, and the littlest one has read it from front to back and can tell you more about critical thinking skills than 99% of these people online. Think Like a Detective. It's absolutely really good. It's super cute. It's really easy to like it. It's got pictures and everything too. It's not a hard read. So anyways, 10 out of 10 recommend that. If you have a littles, great book. It's just about critical thinking skills. Ask the questions, know how to frame the questions, so on and so forth. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys. We're going to go wait for a phone call. Hopefully everything will go good. I will update you guys when I know anything else. Thank you guys. Kyle is a cult leader.
What's that? I missed a lot of this. Sorry, what happened? Pineapple is not only good on pizza, it's also good hung upside down in front of your door.
It's great. Shopaholic. It's a great book. Great book. Pay attention to your surroundings, yes. And that's why I think it's really important to talk about.
Allegedly. Who alleges this? Revival.
Oh.
Shopaholic. A lot of people call into his show and they say that they have bought a couple copies to put in there. There has been some kind of backlash from people banning books or whatever, but I mean, everybody should just read it for themselves and decide if it's good for their own kids. We think it is. We like to promote critical thinking. So
yeah, critical thinking. It is not. I will actually, what I'll do is I'm going to have the littlest one read it, and I'm going to, I'll record it so you guys can't see her, but just her voice, because she's actually a really good reader. So I'll have her read it and then I'll post it for you guys to hear. It's super cute. It's a really good book. It's just about critical thinking, but 10 out of 10 recommend. I don't think kids think enough for themselves, especially lately.
Thank you, J-Dub.
You guys in the pineapple conversation. When we order pineapple, or when we order pizza when we're with his folks, they want supreme pizza, but we have to add pineapple to it. That's a family thing for them. So that's like almost offensive that wouldn't go, hey, Peg.
Brittany.
Hey, Zero.
Brittany, I've actually been thinking about that. My thought was to get one and hydro dip it in like a purple, but we'll talk. I can make you one.
Read Shopaholic's comment. I'm in Canada. I'll decide to put it in my classroom or in my library.
Good.
Good.
And teachers should be able to make that distinction.
Yes. Yeah. It's a good one. We're all about critical thinking skills. Everybody needs critical thinking skills. Adults, anybody. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. All right, y'all. With that said, we're going to hop out of here. Kyle is actually going to join us for the next couple discussions, though, because Kyle is the one that sent us all down this rabbit hole.
What? My bad, dog.
He actually, I was walking downstairs the other night and he goes, babe.
Yes, Starry Night.
Have you heard of the movie Sound of Freedom?
That's where it started.
I looked at him and I said, yeah, why? And then I was like, do you want to know why I know why that movie sounds familiar?
No, I'm not polishing anything for anyone else. It's only my own polishing. Thank you, though. Yes, Twist. It does look awesome. I would love to learn how to do it. That's so cool. I saw a video online and it's awesome how they hydro dip.
Hydro dipping is really cool. You want to know what else is cool? What is that? It's like aluminum or something that they're pouring into red ants, fire ant colonies. Sand, yeah. How it like into the sand. It's amazing. It's actually amazing. It's his fault though. I walked down the stairs and he said, do you know what this movie is? And I was like, you know who's promoting that? Blowhorn Betty. That's the only reason why I even knew it. I was like, oh. And then he started explaining stuff and we started looking and I'm like, wait, you know who else I saw promoting? It was just bad. It's bad. It's bad from start to finish, from top to bottom, the misinformation, the exploitation, all of it. You've got Uni Rock. You've got Annie Elise, Olivia, and BHB are 4 that I know are promoting this shit and getting kickbacks for doing it.
Maybe we can put together a GoFundMe so we can get a
true kitten class.
We can get a new walker for Brittany and then I can hydro dip it in on live.
Oh, that would actually be cool.
And show everybody how to get chemical poisoning.
Create resin tabletops. Oh, I bet Kyle could. Yeah. I bet he could do that.
Yeah.
He'll teach you how to do that, Am.
I want to show
when we get to Arizona.
I want to show Twist my helmet.
Oh. He likes your name because it reminds him of.
And his son races.
Twist, Twitch.
Yeah. But you got to throw in the Ken Block.
Twist, just do it under an alt. You don't have to tell me who you are. Just do it under an alt. Just create a fake one and send it to me. I don't care who you are.
Ta-da.
You don't need to tell me anything. you know how many people's identities I know that I will never remember who they actually are because I don't catalog that stuff, because unless you cause me havoc or come at my family, I could care less. Everything else, there is not a single soul I will ever show messages on, anything like that, unless you fuck with me, and then game's on. But otherwise, never. There's so many people that I know who they are out here, but I couldn't tell you because I forget, because I'm never going to use, and I intentionally do that too, because I don't want to accidentally fuck up and say that. Hello, hot hunk Kyle and beauty nonsense. Hey, silly troll. Hey, cheese.
Yeah, and we have 2 helmets in the bedroom with goggles, if you know what that means.
Ew. Okay, we're out of here. Kyle's getting goofy now. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys for listening to me. Please keep yourselves safe. Please understand that the chaos and confusion is part of it. You can either decide to be a part of it, have fun with it, or you can sit back and watch how it all falls out, because they are trying to pin creators against creators, subs against creators. They love this type of arena because this is the only way they can really get a leg up, is what they think. But in reality, they're doing us a favor. So good night, y'all. Have a great night. I will see you guys tomorrow.
Bye, everybody. Thank you for the good wishes.
And buckle up, because the next conversation is rough. It taps on everything that we talk about: misinformation, exploitation, how narratives get pushed, how these people are using their platforms to do harm and passing off misinformation. It's a lot. All right. Good night. Cheese against crackers. Good night, y'all. And I will update you guys as soon as we know something on his mom's surgery. Thank you, guys.
Bye, Brittany.
You saying bye to anybody else?
No, just Brittany.
Okay. Good night, y'all.
Bye, everybody.